Hey guys, and welcome back. So the Premier League is finally over, and definitely we are gonna miss it, right? Saturday and Sundays are boring without it, right? I mean, it might be only for me because I'm single AF, so uh, can't help it. But yeah, Leicester are champions. Evidently, Chelsea fans for some reason made that pretty clear. So I'm not sure why I said that out loud. For some reason they are confused. I think they can see so they're confused. I think they think that Leicester is going to Chelsea title. Who would they were in a friendly? I think they celebrated more than what Leicester would have, right? Even though they won the league and Chelsea are 10th. You're 10th. You're not playing Champions League or Europa League next season. I'll let that sink in. On a serious note, Leicester deserve to be champions. And the best part about them is they played well and they had all inbred players, right? And even the players they bought were like cheap players. You wouldn't even look at them twice, right? Those kind of players, and they all performed and won the league. And that goes to show that money can't buy you trophies. And that's like a real rags to riches story. I mean, and that's the reason people loved it. I mean, all the guys in the world was like celebrating. Even I'm happy. Even me being a Spurs fan, I was like, you know what? Leicester deserved it. They played well. They played like champions. I hope they do well in Champions League, right? So coming back to second, Arsenal. Wow. Okay, so basically Arsenal's season is divided into three parts. Yeah, is that three? Yeah, that's three parts. One is like they play amazing, man. They're so amazing. They're like Barca, but in the Premier League. But then something happens. I don't know, for some reason, too much exertion. Maybe they wank a lot or something like that, and they get a lot of injuries, and they lose track of where they were, fall down, and all that kind of stuff. But then the third part comes in, and that's the chase. And I tell you, I mean, I hate nothing more than Arsenal at this point, but I got to respect Arsene Wenger, okay? Being a Spurs fan, I know it's very difficult to say that, but I got to respect Arsene Wenger because given the expenditure he has done on his squad, he still manages to get into the top four. And you might say, dude, he's bought Sanchez and Ozil. Okay, that's right now. Earlier, he still managed somehow with homegrown players or with players that weren't as popular. So, man, kudos. Yeah, actually, Benedict Cumberbatch shouldn't be Doctor Strange. He should be. So let's face it. In the third part, the catch-up, he has got with Spurs every freaking time. I don't know what's it with Arsenal, but every time they smell Spurs, Leon, they have like fire on their ass. They're like rockets, man, flying to the top of the table. If that makes some sense. Oh man, and that's disheartening. Being a Spurs fan, losing 5-1 to Newcastle, even though they were like 10 men down. Believe me, I may not seem angry right now, but I wanted to break loose. Believe me, I just held a pillow in my face and screamed like 30 seconds long. That how frustrated I was, because let's face it, okay? Spurs fan, it's not easy. First of all, we don't get the recognition that the others get, because let's face it, if it was any other team who was second at that point to the champions, if they were not Leicester, okay, they were maybe Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, they would have got a good recognition, okay? They were like, they had a good season and all that good stuff. But since it was Leicester, people like started taking it for granted. You know what? Oh, it's Tottenham is second, man. We want Leicester to win. Suddenly, we all were Leicester fans. We noticed that they started slipping away from the title, and then you're like, you know what? Forget the title. Let's hold the second place. Let's finish above Arsenal for the first time in like 20 plus years. And then yeah, we messed that up too. And how? Like we draw against Chelsea, having a 2-goal lead and having most of the chances. We then mess up against Southampton, a team that has not won in a long time. at White Hart Lane or against Spurs, and then we lose to Newcastle 5-1. Okay, they being 10 men down. That's bad. That's very bad. Oh, man, believe me, I literally felt like breaking something. A lot of ice creams later and probably gonna wank myself to sleep tonight. But you know what? We did qualify for Champions League. I hope we do well because I don't want the English, coefficient rankings to go down. Spurs did drop a lot of points. That was the main problem, and that's what we need to fix next season. Okay, we have 20 points dropped from winning position, and that's bad. We have topped the table in that respect. So hopefully we learn from this. We make some good signings. 60 million pounds has been given to Pochettino. Hopefully he does something out of it, and yeah, we'll be back next season. Okay, City hasn't been that dangerous as compared to what they were in the previous years. I mean, come on. They have wonderful players in this season, but they haven't risen to their potential. And I think the reason for that is they have announced the new manager Pep Guardiola way too soon, in January or in Feb, I guess, which is bad because it does not give enough motivation for the current manager that was Pellegrini. He did a professional job, but still I felt that some place he was lacking motivation. And I don't know if the rules apply. If Liverpool win the Europa League somehow, Klopp does it, Klopp magic, I think City might miss Champions League. That's how the rule goes, I think. Maybe Pep might be playing Europa for all you know. Started off collecting points late. Let's face it, 150 million pounds or dollars or something like that LVG spends on transfers, and his main striker is Marcus Rashford. There's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, you can't spend 150 million pounds and give a teen striker a first team opportunity, right? I mean, it's good, it's definitely good, but seriously, doesn't add up. It's like you wasted money altogether, and the signings didn't come through. So hopefully LVG, if he remains manager, there are rumors that Mourinho might come in, but I don't know what's gonna happen. But if he does remain manager, hopefully he learns something from this season. West Ham. Okay, so West Ham has been great. Payet has been great. Okay, he's been a legend. And I think he's been arguably the transfer of the year. He's been excellent, and I think they have done very well so far. West Ham fans might be disappointed with where they are right now, but I think they have done pretty well for themselves. Because let's face it, apart from Payet, there are players who are good, like Aaron Cresswell, Chiku Kouyaté, and MNK, and those kind of players. They're good, but they are not Champions League quality players. And I think if you're trying something for Champions League, you need to have that kind of players. The board kind of started putting pressure on them as being a Champions League team, which I think thwarted their development. I think they could have gone too far. They dropped points too, where it wasn't necessary, right? Thinking of dropping points, Everton, man, what's wrong with Everton, guys? Goodison Park, you think of it, you know what, I think a point is good enough. That's what people used to say. And now, man, 1 or 2 wins in the last 10 matches or so at Goodison Park. And if you can't take advantage of your home ground, I think there's nothing you can do. And I think that's Martinez's issue, because remember, if he was with Wigan Athletic, he did pretty well, okay, in his initial seasons. He won the FA Cup, won it against City, 1-0. This guy scored, what's his name, Ben Watson. And yeah, excellent, over the chart. But the next season, he couldn't save himself from relegation. Same with Everton. Initial efforts were good, but this season against down. Losing to Sunderland 3-0, man, wow. I didn't see that coming, seriously. After that result, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be sacked. And I don't like managers getting sacked, especially manager like him. He's a pretty good manager. in Everton's defense, there was nothing I could say that could make sense, even to any Everton fan right now, to keep Martinez at Everton. The rivals Liverpool, been crazy season, quite up and down, dropping points. But I think give Klopp some time, and I think Liverpool may not be that Premier League winning team, but I think they have a shot at trying for Champions League next season. And I think he's trying to work something out. Give him some time. Southampton, wow. Dusan Tadic, Seydou Mane. Oh, they have an excellent team, man. They finished 6th this season, and wow. Just wow, okay? So, guys, thank you for being patient and listening to my bullshit. Hopefully, you liked this review. If you did, I'm gonna do more of this stuff. Smash the like button, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace. Right now. Oh, wait a minute. How about you actually get Mustafi Info Pepe? Mustafi Info Pepe.